Hello, I am Kimberly Deane with Remax Alliance, and welcome to our channel, House and Home 757, where my husband Dean and I help you to explore how to live well and love home. Today, we're going to talk about how in the world do I make an offer on a house? Some of you are aware of the recent changes in the real estate industry, and we're going to chat about how moving forward you need to order yourself to be able to win in this market. And we're going to start with how in the world do I make an offer on a house now. So you ready? Let's dive in. So the first place we're going to start with how you make an offer on a home is we're just going to talk about pre-approval. Pre-approval is just your buying power. It's going to help you know exactly how much home you can afford, where you're comfortable in terms of your payment, how much down payment you need, how much closing costs you need. It's going to give you some marching orders. And so that's very important. You want to do that first. You want to talk to a lender first, preferably a local lender to wherever you live. When you're making an offer, sellers really like to see that you are working with a local lender, okay? The reason why is because as a buyer, you want to make sure that the lender is available to you often. You want to make sure that their hours are not just from 9 to 5. You want to make sure that they are available after hours. You want to make sure that they're available on the weekend. You want to make sure that they're going to educate you on rates and points and all of the things that are going to matter when it comes to your mortgage payment, when it comes to your loan and them lending to you. You want them to be knowledgeable about the market and what's going on and what they're seeing be accepted in the local market. They're going to have some knowledge because they're going to be processing loans that have been accepted offers by sellers. So it's really good for you to have a local lender who has their pulse or who has their hand on the pulse of the market and who's available, because you're going to have questions after 5. You're going to want to write an offer on a Saturday at 4:30, and you want to be able to call them and you want to be able to get a pre-approval letter for that specific property when you find the house that you want to write an offer on. So you just need someone who's local, who's available, who's knowledgeable, and who understands what's going on right now, because it's going to be critical to your success. So that's the first thing. The next thing is you want to find a house. You want to go see it, right? Find a house, go see it, right? You love it, walk in it, you decide, I want to write an offer on this house. When you find a house and you want to get into it and you want to go see it, you can call the agent representing the seller. You can call them to gain access to the property. What we will tell you is that when you call that agent represents the seller, and they have the seller's best interest at heart. They are working for the seller. They know how much the seller is willing to spend in the transaction. They know how much the seller is not willing to spend. They know what he will do or what she will do and what they won't do. They are working for that seller, and they are there to fulfill the needs and the wants of the seller, not you. So you can call them, but they're not representing you. They're representing the seller. And that's very important for you to understand, particularly now in this market. So when you walk into the property and you're working and you're talking with the agent representing the seller, don't share with them anything that you don't want them to go back and tell the seller, because they have to, because they're representing the seller. So they have to share anything that would help that seller in negotiations. So if you decide to do that, just know that you will be the customer and the seller is still the client. And so that is totally up to you if you want to do that, but just know that going in, that agent represents the seller. When you go in and you go look at the property and you decide that you want to write an offer and you love it, you're going to then come back and you're going to sit down with your agent and you're going to walk through what is going on in that neighborhood, what has sold recently, How long is it taking properties to sell? You want to find out, are there any offers on this home that you are interested in? And so now I'm kind of talking in terms of if you're working with your own agent, if you're working with a buyer's agent, right? And so if you're working with a buyer's agent, you have already had some conversation about what to expect in this market, and you should have already been educated on, what you can expect from your agent and what you can expect from this market. Sort of like a buyer education consultation. And so now when you're writing an offer on a property, part of that is going to be having the conversation about how in the world am I going to write an offer, pay my closing costs, pay my down payment, and then also pay for my agent. So that's the big conversation right now. And so when you have an agent already, you guys have already talked through those things. When you go to write your offer and you're sitting down with your agent is going to be able to tell you, this is what houses are selling for, here's what I think you should offer. They're going to be able to tell you if there are any existing offers on the property. That agent should have asked for you, are there any offers already on the property? Are there any coming? How many showings do you have? What's the interest been? And have a conversation with the listing agent who represents the seller. And a lot of times that listing agent has permission to share with the other agent, the buyer's agent, that how many offers, or not necessarily how many offers, but if there are any other offers that exist. So you want to kind of get an idea of what the climate is around this property, so you know how to move forward, how to swing the bat. Having all of this information and knowing this, then you also want to know, what is the the listing price versus sold price. So you want to know that. What are those ratios? You want to know, what were they earlier this year? What are they now? Are they the same? Have they increased? Have they changed? You want to understand the climate of the market in that particular area that you're writing an offer for that house on. And so this is all going to help you structure a very a winning offer, right? And so when you have that information, then you're going to sit down and you're going to decide what number you want to go in at. And based on how many offers, or if there are other offers, will determine whether you write, higher than asking, or whether you write at asking. If it's been on the market for a very long time and there's no interest, you love it, you still may want to write at asking, but maybe there's an opportunity for you to get closing costs. The longer the property's been on the market, there may be an opportunity for that. But then again, you want to find out, what are homes selling for in general in that area, and what have they been going for consistently? So yes, there's a lot of things that you want to know before you write your offer. This is going to help you write a good number and swing the bat hard, because we want to get a house. So when you write the offer, back to the conversation about compensating your agent, if you find that there are a lot of offers on a house, or more than one or two, that's considered a lot. Or if if you find there's a lot of interest, you might want to have that conversation about compensate. Like, your agent is going to ask the seller to compensate them on your behalf. But if you want to be a little bit more competitive, maybe you say, you know what, I'll pay this portion of your compensation and ask the seller for the rest. That might kind of make you have a little bit more of a competitive offer than someone who is just going to go in and ask for all of the compensation from the seller. So that's just one little tidbit, but your agent is going to write in their compensation. And if they do that, and you have a lot of other offers in the mix, your offer may not be as competitive. So just know that. And so there's now, the compensation for your agent has become a marketing tool, or a way to tweak your offer to make it more competitive or less competitive. And so then, you want to make sure that your offer is solid everywhere else. You want to ask the seller, what do you need? What do you want? If it's competitive and there's a lot of other offers, or they're expecting other offers, you want to ask, is there anything that we can write that the seller would not have to think about? And figure out what that is and write that. In some cases, the seller may need a little bit more time to move out. In some cases, they may need a very fast closing. In some cases, they may want to have the option to rent back the property from you for a little while they look for another house. Whatever that is, you might want to know that so that you can write that into your offer and see if that would allow you to become more competitive. And so you also want to look at your earnest money deposit. Is there a way you can write your earnest money deposit is the money that you put into the transaction from the very beginning. It's consideration for your contract. It's saying that I'm so serious about buying your home, I'm willing to lose X amount of dollars. That money, you don't lose it. It comes back to you at closing. As long as you don't breach the contract, it comes right back to you at closing as a credit. So, but that's a way to make your offer stronger, okay? Is to increase your earnest money deposit. Another way to make your offer stronger is to have your agent ask some questions. Find out, how old is the HVAC? How old is the roof? How old are the windows? Ask some of those questions about the ages of the major systems and a couple others that would allow you to feel like you have an idea of the health of the systems, and ask when the last time they've been serviced and so forth. And this could make you or help you decide to have an info-only inspection rather than a traditional home inspection. Info-only inspection would be, I'm going to have a home inspection. It's for information purposes only. I just want to make sure that this house is sound and that I am okay with everything that needs to be taken care of on my own. And if you are in a situation where you have multiple offers, an info only is probably going to be more competitive than a traditional home inspection. That's just the nature of that particular transaction. That's probably what you're going to be up against. And so anyway, I hope this video has helped you. I'm looking at the clock. It seems like I've been talking for 13 minutes. But this is how you make an offer on a home. We're going to come back and talk to you a little bit about how you negotiate and so forth. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope this has been helpful for you. Just a couple tips on how to make an offer and just some things that you should be thinking about. We love chatting with people about how to build wealth, and this owning real estate is critical to building wealth. And so we love having these conversations. Thank you again for watching. I'm Kimberly Deane. And remember to live well and love home. Talk to you next time. Bye.